Episode 119. Thank you all for listening to episode 118, The Rebirth of Wrestling. I am Gray here with my co-host,
Boat Capitan Bear.
Boat Capitan Bear. How was the cruise?
It was great. I thought numerous times about quitting and becoming a bartender for minimum wage. Wouldn't care. It was out on the ocean. It was beautiful out there. It was warm, nice ocean breeze. The islands were really nice. Even though a couple of years ago, both the ones at least that we were on were ravaged by Irma, I think.
Yeah.
But they were, they recovered rather well, so that was good. A lot of drinks. I think 115 for me.
For you, for the week?
Yeah.
You kept tabs on that?
Well, every time you swipe your card, it does.
Oh, really?
For everything, yeah. So no matter.
And it's all inclusive, right?
Yeah, we paid for the drink package, so it was all there. So,
nice.
But it for every time you get a drink, you swipe your card. I think Nick had 175 or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he's an alcoholic.
We know.
No doubt about that. It was a great time. I had a really good time. Got a little bit of sun, so now I come back and it's 65 degrees. It's only like a 30-degree difference. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I like this weather. It's just, when you come back from nice warm climate and, you're back here, everything's a little bit different. So it was certainly fun. I'm sure that next year I'll probably go on another one at some point late in the year.
So now it's Boat Capitan Bartender Bear.
Boat Capitan Bartender Bear Cub.
I like it. That could work out very well for us.
Speaking of that, did you see the bear picture?
Which one?
The one I made
you
Facebook?
for? Yes.
Yeah.
That was classic.
Dude, we were walking by that thing and I was like, yep, we're recreating the picture. And they're like, I'm like, yep, we're doing it. Let's go.
And then I just saw somebody comment, did Andy see the sun?
He tanned before, so he's like naturally, he doesn't burn. He just doesn't.
White.
Yeah, not even. He's just like mildly white. It's weird.
Huh.
He'd be like a light-skinned Italian.
Okay.
Like he doesn't burn, but he's got a little bit of darker skin.
Kind of like me, I'm just naturally olive.
Yeah, to me, I'm naturally white because I'm Irish. So
yep.
It doesn't matter. I burn regardless. And the first day at the beach, I did not wear a hat, so the top of my head is nice and it's not burnt, like it doesn't hurt, but it's starting to peel, so it looks like I have dandruff, like I'm a disgusting person who doesn't shower, and I don't have dandruff. It's just
I thought you were going to say you don't shower.
No.
When you said I don't.
The thing is when I got burnt, it's like from the midsection, a little over the belly button up. So like all of this up here is nice.
Did you wear your trunks over your belly button?
Well, no, it's just sitting in the pool. It's at a good level.
Giving you shit.
And even the first day, I put lotion on at least 4 times.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
every
have to.
time we went up to get a bucket of beer. So we're talking once every 35 minutes.
Right.
And it was kind of like, okay, well, that didn't work. So the sun was great, absolutely fantastic. But I'm also happy to be back on land, back in the saddle of things, and the sleep schedule still isn't. When you're going to bed at work, or when you're going to bed at 2:00 and getting up at 9 every day, and pretty much drinking a coffee, a water, and then getting right back into getting drunk again. Yeah, I mean, it's constant. So the first day I go back to work, and you got to get back up at 5:30. I went to bed at 10. I did well. Normally I'm in bed at 11 or 12.
Pretty good.
1.
That's solid.
So I went to bed at 10 and probably woke up like 5 times in the middle of the night. Just, one of those things. You're scared your alarm isn't set.
Thinking about drinking.
Your body clock, right, is there. Last night was a little bit better, but not much. So maybe tonight it'll help a little, but we'll see. I didn't drink for 48 hours after that, so it was pretty good. I did drink yesterday, so it's over. I
told Jake, because you were gone, we did the farm tour, the first leg of the farm tour, and on the way home, we started watching, I don't know if you've ever watched Lucifer.
I have not.
So
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
I started watching it that Sunday, so it's been a little over a week now. I'm on season 4, and now they're 45-minute episodes, so you know how busy I am. So I would be up till 3 or 4 in the morning just working and watching this show because I'm working and I'm like, fuck it. So I'm 60 episodes in now.
Jeez.
And I was like, I can't stop watching this show. This show's pretty good. I mean, he's the devil, lives on Earth, and, he just came here and he's on vacation.
I've heard it's pretty good.
He's awesome. Yeah, it's a great show, and, it's a cop show, a drama. It's really good. And then I went and saw Joker last week.
Yeah, I heard that was really good. I wish the boat just isn't quite there yet. They did show Rocket Man, so they're about 4 months behind on the movie.
Not bad.
But yeah, unfortunately, no. I was hoping, wishing, praying that they would have played that somewhere, like a late night sort of, because they do a lot of adult stuff.
Right.
The kiddies have to be, curfew for under 18 on the boat is, maybe it's 16. I can't remember, but it's 1 a.m. So they have to be back in their rooms by 1 a.m. And the nightclub's open like all night. All that stuff's open. The bars are open till like 3. So there's a lot going on still, and I was like, man, the Joker, maybe they'll be able to get it.
Right.
They'll have something on there because it was the Allure. It was, it's their third newest boat, so it's rather new. 4,500 people on that thing. It was crazy, man. It was a fun time though, and they have an adults-only pool section, which was fantastic. Because in the middle of the boat, if you've ever been on a cruise, that's where all the kids and the parents hang out because there's a lot of pools, hot tubs, everything's there. And they have their kids section, but that kids section's for 10 and under, younger. All the other kids want to be in the big pool with their parents or their friends or whatever, but they have an adult-only section. No one under 16 could be in there, and there's like 6 or 7 bartenders walking through there all the time. So my drink was always full. Fantastic. Anything you can think of. Goose and Sprite, Tito's and Cranberry, Tito's and Sprite with Cranberry, Di Serono and Coke, Crown and Coke, Mai Tais, Miami Vice, Rum Runners,
Greyhounds,
whatever it is,
whatever you want.
Frickin' name it, it was there. We drank a lot of alcohol between all of us, and there was only 7 of us, so that was rather cool. We had a good time.
That's great.
Yeah,
and
it was fun.
Joker movie, I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody, but I loved it. I can see people hating it. You kind of do have to understand the point of Joker in general to understand the movie, because a lot of people would be like, what the fuck? And not get it. And it's like, no, they did a great job. And just like his character, they left it out. They should. So very good movie. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I can see where people wouldn't like it, but that's just people. But Joaquin, dude, he like you thought, he killed it.
I saw one bad review. No spoiler. I don't look at the spoilers because I am going to go see it. One bad review compared to like 20 great ones.
Yes.
So I know that it's going to be a good movie. Usually I'm not one to trust the people. I never am. I think when movies are this popular and everyone knows about it, wants to watch it, I stay away from them. But this one I want to see.
And I told and our friends at the Grown Ups, I told them, I said, hey, if you guys cover the Joker movie, can I be on again? And they said, absolutely. So I'm hopefully they review that after they all see it, so I can get on there and talk about it, because I do have a lot of things to say about it. I got to give Todd Phillips a lot of credit, because he's known for like The Hangover is what his big movie is. Yeah. And to direct what he did there and how he did it, it was very good. And they picked some good actors. Joaquin was just amazing, and it focuses heavily on mental health. He did a great job, and he lost 50 pounds for that role, which is insane. And I'm like, dude, he crushed it, and good. I was very thrilled with it.
Good, I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, I'm excited to go see that, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and if you go, I will go again happily. You have to let me know. So
sure,
we'll figure something out. But I do want to get into something here in a little bit. I have a couple random topics for the day, but we'll of course got to go into our sponsors. So thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow Wes Anderson Music on Facebook. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Did you see he broke his nose? He played in a basketball game, broke his nose.
Did he?
Yeah, he just had to have surgery, straightened it all out. He's good to go.
Darn.
Well, but we wish you the best, Wes. Thank you to All Wear Clothing, first and primary sponsor of Over the Line Sports Podcast. Thank you to Crandall's Quality Lawn Care. There's been a minute for you. Call him, 419-704-5471.
See if this thing still works.
Serves the Toledo and surrounding area, and not. Do I need to spin?
Nope. I think I know exactly where I'm going. I'm a little bit off. It's been a little bit. There you go. Colombia.
Ironically, they are one of our new countries. We are up to 18 countries now.
Really?
That we have listeners. Australia is still crushing it. I want one of these Australian people to reach out to, what is it?
Tweet us.
At OTL Sports
Pod.
Pod.
OTL Sports Pod on the Twitter machine.
So Colombia.
El Chapo. Oh, wait, that wasn't Colombia.
So it looks like Santa Ana, Colombia. Puerto Aces.
It's like there's a nice
Putumayo,
river there.
Santa Ana looks good. Columbia. Crandall's Quality Lawn Care serves this and not that. I don't know if you saw on your way in. He happened to put. He laid some seed for me.
He laid some seed for you?
He laid the seed.
Sean laid seed on you?
Yeah, not on me.
Oh.
In my yard. So
I did not see Sean's seed in your yard.
If you remember, that was all dirt on this side. It was all dirt up front, covered in grass. My man Sean from Crandall's Quality Lawn Care put the grass down. Great price. Mention Over the Line Sports Podcast. He'll hook you up. Right now is that time to get the seed down. Sean's seed. He can lay the seed for you.
Sean can lay the seed.
And he will lay that seed for you in your lawn.
Do you think that if I mention Over the Line Sports Podcast, he'll give me a discount?
I would hope so. He owns the damn company.
No.
You would think he would, but you never know. It is Sean.
That is true.
So, but he did. He did a great job. Very happy. He did it by himself. He had a couple crews out, so he took care of it himself, and I was happy that he was able to take care of it for me. And I'm looking forward to the spring. Lay some more grass. Everybody will be happy. So thank you, Sean. Does not serve Santa Ana, Colombia.
Sorry, Colombia.
And thank you for our listeners there. We've got Philippines, Colombia. Yeah, the United States is obviously our biggest country that listens. And I think Australia is like second or third now, which is amazing. So thank you, Australia.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So I don't
Put
know.
another shrimp on the bobby.
They're going to be
Austria, right?
Oh,
Austrian. Come on. They've all seen Dumb
and Dumber. Yeah. So definitely our friends in Australia, please reach out to us. We want to know what you want us to talk about, if it's kangaroo boxing or...
I'm down. I could talk on some kangaroo boxing.
I'll talk about Bindi Irwin all day long. She's like 21 now, so it's good. It's all good.
Sorry, Jason's texting me because one, he asked if I was still alive, because I haven't talked to him in 2 weeks, and then he said I didn't get any questions from you today. He said because I was writing your eulogy. He then came. I said, was there anything good in it? He goes, many serviced, loved none. That is why I'm laughing. Sorry.
No, it's great, and it'll be nice to get Jason back on here with some of his stuff. Which reminds me, I need to text Jeremy and tell him to be ready in about 15 minutes.
Have you not done any?
We did trivia.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you count it though?
No, we did not,
right.
Because got to be fair. We both got to be here.
True.
Bear
did at least the Parrot get any right?
He got a couple right. He did
Sports
well.
ones or wrestling ones?
Both.
Really?
He actually did okay because they said who won the Intercontinental title in 2007 at this pay-per-view. Blah blah blah. And he's like
John Cena.
He's like Hornswoggle, winner. That's who won. I think it might have been Cruiserweight. I took Chavo, who had the title and lost it. I was like, shit. But anyway, back to this. Thank you to Tim at Verizon. Verizon is a true technology business partner, helps local businesses deploy technologies that positively impact operations and can increase revenue for the company. At Verizon, they do not wait for the future, they build it. Go to Verizon.com, get in touch with a sales rep in your area. Thank you to Cassandra at PNC. Visit her at the White House branch or give her a call, 419-877-0634. She can help you with all of your banking needs, whether it be loans, credit cards, or personal banking. She is there to help you. Thank you to Steve at Savage & Associates. He can help you with financial advisory. If you talk to him, he can also get you in the right direction with some of your medical needs in terms of insurance, get you hooked up with the ACA, healthcare.gov, any of that stuff. He can put you in line with the right people for Medicare if you're looking into Medicare. Check them out, Savage & Associates. And then last but not least, thank you to Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com. If you are hard on your luck, need some help with your Tinder, your Bumble, your Hinge, your Match, whatever, he can help you out. Reach out to him.
ChristianMingle.com.
There we go. FarmersOnly.com. Silver Singles. That's a thing.
Silver Singles is a thing?
Yeah, for like people that...
Older people?
Yeah.
What if you're like 30 and have gray hair?
I wonder if they have bald and beautiful.
I have like 4 grays, so I might be there soon.
Dude, bald and beautiful. That'd be nice. I need to start that.
I guarantee, I'm not going to type it into my work computer here, but I guarantee that probably isn't a domain. You could probably buy that.
You're probably right.
I don't know how you'd set up a dating website, but I'm sure you could get Connell to help.
Yeah. So datingtransformation.com. Get in touch with him. He will give you a, not necessarily a quote, but a consultation. And see if it's right for you. And he can help you out. We're just trying to get him a couple people there. Mention Over the Line Sports Podcast. And he will definitely take care of you. So, random topic. You weren't here last week for this, but I wanted to know if you knew this. Did you know on October 17th, so next Thursday, that the law changes in Ohio that you must be 21 to purchase tobacco and vape products?
I heard something about that, but I did not know that that was actually happening.
Yes. So here's my other question, and we'll get into the whole Baker Mayfield and Richard Sherman thing later, but I saw this and I laughed and I thought I'd ask you, is Baker Mayfield Tim Tebow without Jesus?
I did see that today. No, I don't think so. I think that there was just way too much hype this year coming in. Everyone gave him all this stuff, and we all know that there's a such thing in the NFL called a sophomore slump, and most people go through it.
Right.
There's some freaks who don't, like Patrick Mahomes, but most rookies go through a sophomore slump because in college, they don't really know what to expect. You play a lot of crappy teams in college. Everyone's stats look really good. So when you come to the NFL, there's not much NFL tape and film to watch. It's just college film and tape, and you're running most likely in a different offense. So that's why a lot of rookies have decent years when they come out, and not as much quarterback, but there's just there's not a lot of film there. So I don't believe that. I think Baker's better than Tebow. I think that they've just they're a new team and they just haven't quite meshed. I don't think Freddie Kitchens is the answer at coach, though.
I agree.
They needed an older coach. They needed someone a little more experienced, I think, to start all this off, in my opinion. I think if they had someone more tenured, if they got Bruce Arians instead of Freddie Kitchens, I think that this team would be really solid because Tampa isn't too bad, but unfortunately, they don't. I don't think Freddie Kitchens is a great coach. He had a couple good games last year as the interim offensive coordinator or whatever he was at the end of the year.
That's what he should have stuck with.
And, he just, as it seems so far, he does not know how to coach a football team. I don't blame that on the players. We watched some of the did you watch the Monday night game? A little bit of it?
No. I was I don't even know what I did. I think it was just with my son, and then I think I started watching Lucifer because I didn't care about wrestling at that point. In football, I saw the score. I turned it on for a minute, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
They went 3-and-out. San Francisco had an 83-yard run to start on their possession. The very next play, Baker's getting rushed and throws up a ball a little bit too high. Sherman picks him off. That's how the game starts. Then they go down and score 14 right off the bat. Browns come down, kick a field goal. Browns stop them, go down again to score, have the ball on like the 7 or 8. Baker throws a perfect pass to a wide open Antonio Callaway right in the gut. I mean, a perfect pass. It hits him, his hands, hits his gut, hits his hands, flips up in the air. San Francisco gets a pick, runs it to the 50. They go down, score, make it 21-3, game over right there. I mean, that killed all momentum. It would have been 14-10 and changed it all, and that was not on Baker. It was a great drive. Chubb looks fantastic still. And he throws a perfect pass to a guy who just came off suspension, and the guy just straight dropped it. Not only did he drop it, he kicked the ball up in the air pretty much for an interception. So I think, and then right there, it just kind of deflates everything. It just does. Beckham fumbles. I mean, yeah, and also at the same time too is that, and I'm not trying to sit here and defend the dude, but dude, Baker, it was like 2 steps and Bosa was in his face. Mm-hmm. You need a line to throw the damn ball.
What'd you think about what Bosa did?
I love the flag plant, though. That was a little bit. It made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I'm sure a lot of Browns fans didn't like it, but I'm sure deep inside, even though they hated it, they liked it. No doubt about it.
Right.
So I think he's still better than Tebow. I think everyone's just overreacting because the Browns got so much hype this year. That's all.
So here you go. I know this is the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It is Wednesday night, and I know last week on Wednesday by 8 o'clock we were starting the wrestling show. We are on the sports show right now, and we're going to be getting AEW here in a minute right now. So Bear hasn't seen this. We're going to, even though this is a sports show, I want to turn it up a little bit so that Bear can hear it. He was not able to see this, so I want him to be able to see.
This is my first AEW live, I guess I want to say. My first Wednesday, what do they call it? Wednesday Night Dynamite.
There you go. So it was good. Jericho is the man. He comes out to his own song, Judas. That's the song he comes out to.
I did know that.
Here's your opening, some of the stuff you see.
I was seeing if they have Jericho's music. I'm surprised they don't come out too. Is Moxley not injured?
He came out and he had he attacked last week. He came and attacked Kenny Omega.
JR, man.
Well, and Shivani's on here too now.
Yeah, it's
an Excalibur.
I can't wait to hear him.
Yeah, they both sound pretty good. We'll turn up a little bit more. Sorry for our sports fans, but this is a big deal for Bear not seeing it yet. Sold out again.
They're all going to be sold out.
It's awesome to have them together.
I mean, you got to think you have the greatest voice in WCW.
Look at that, man. Hangman Page
tonight.
and Dustin Rhodes, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara.
The greatest voice in WCW and the greatest voice in WWE ever together.
It's amazing.
On this.
Yep.
What's Jack Thwagga going to say tonight?
Oh, it's Jake Hager, his name.
Jake Hagerth?
His actual name. So he's going by that. He can't, dude, I was happy. So you got Guevara, Jericho.
Dude, that Jimmy Havoc, man. Dude's a crazy motherfucker.
It's going to be fun to watch.
I hope
and Darby Allin.
I hope that's a hardcore match. They were in that hardcore match, the one that the pay-per-view I watched.
Oh, yeah, he's not hurt. If he's fighting Shawn Spears tonight, that's going to be awesome. Dude, man, AEW, this is fun. This is back, and I know we're on the sports episode.
Is it 2 hours?
Yeah,
okay.
8 to 10. So we'll be into that. Here's the tag team championship tournament. We'll cover this. We'll cover this later, but I wanted Bear to see the opening of what's going on. It's just really cool. So we'll get into sports now. Justin on the Twitter, who is the next NFL coach to get fired? Well, Jay Gruden got fired.
Jay Gruden just got fired from the Redskins.
Correct.
Maybe for smoking weed and hitting on 18-year-old girls, or maybe because he's a terrible coach. Or maybe because Dan Snyder is the worst owner in the history of the NFL. The worst.
Right.
Dan Snyder needs to look at himself in the mirror and either give up, sell that team, or just stop. He's not a football mind at all. Dude's terrible. And I'm not saying Jay Gruden is good. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that I think he got put into a bad situation because nobody has succeeded under fucking Dan Snyder.
Right.
Next coach to get fired, though. See, this is the thing, is that you got a couple 0-4 teams, right? You got Cincinnati, or 0-5, or whatever they are. But they got a young coach. He's not going to get fired. It's his first year. AJ Green's hurt. I mean, he ain't getting fired. You got Miami, who has who is their coach? Flores, I think, from the Patriots. They invested money into him. He's not getting. They knew that they were going to tank this year. He's not getting fired, right? They had Fitzpatrick and Rosen. They've traded away everyone. No one wants to play there. They're going to get Tua, or they're going to get who's the other kid from Oregon? I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, Justin
Herbert. Yep. Thank you. So they know that they're going to start new next year.
Right.
So Flores has 2 more years at least, right? Give him his rookie quarterback. Give him 1 more year. If they're not moving up, then so be it.
What about Garrett?
I know Garrett ain't getting fired.
What about Ron Rivera?
He's not, because Carolina's been playing well, actually.
Okay.
And they have a excuse, I'm air quoting here, because Cam's out, which I think that's, ever since Cam's been out, they've been playing great football, by the way.
Yep, I agree.
Unbelievable, right? Cam is done, I think, in the
he's
NFL.
done too. I totally agree.
I think that Kyle Allen isn't the answer, but I think that if they got a good quarterback in there, I mean, they still have a good defense. They have the best player in the NFL right now, Christian McCaffrey. They're just fine. And they got a good they got a fast receiving core. DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel, man. That's right. I like that.
Sick.
I'm serious, man. I think it's Freddie Kitchens. I just got done talking about it. I think if the Browns lose like 2 of the next 3, I mean, they got Seattle this week. That's a tough game. Mm-hmm. If they lose like 2 of the next 3, I would not be surprised if Freddie Kitchens got fired, because Jimmy Haslam gets a little bit anxious right there.
Right.
Just saying.
Do you think, all right, next thing of that, any long-term potential for the Redskins? Coaches?
No.
Nobody offhand?
Nah, I wouldn't even want. I mean, if Dan Snyder called me and offered, I would, because I'd like to go coach an NFL team and the money would be great. But it's just, I just don't think there's anything there that.
Take Jason Garrett. I'm okay.
I know that's not going to happen.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, the problem is that at some point they're going to lose Chris Richard, and that's going to be a problem.
Right. And so do you think so Haskins is starting now, right?
No. Case Keenum's starting this week.
He's still starting.
Yeah.
Probably because Haskins came in, threw the 3 picks. Yeah, it hurts.
Well, they should have never thrown him in. That's the problem.
Right.
They went Keenum, McCoy, Haskins, now Keenum again. So, I mean, that's why they're in such shambles. I should have picked them to go 2-14 this year.
Yeah, this looks like the year that they're going to go 2-14. And can you give us, now we're going to have some There's No Crying in trivia.
Ooh.
What's the updated score here?
Oh, man, it's been 2 weeks.
The Rockford Peaches. I know you're ahead.
So that's 31 for me and
28.
29 for you.
Okay, so down by 2. So I am telling Jeremy we are ready.
Oh, I lied. 31.5. I forgot I had that damn half point. Sorry.
Here we go. This is exactly what he said. Okay, here we go. Who holds, excuse me, the best rookie passer rating in NFL history at 104.9? The Juice. Hint, he is a current. I just said the Juice. Hint, he is a current NFL player.
For a season, I'm assuming?
Yes. So, excuse me, current. Who holds the best rookie passer rating in NFL history at 104.9? Hint, he is a current player. That was his rating during his rookie season.
I don't know if he's going to start with a total trick question on us. Shit.
Right.
Because, I mean, that could have been someone who threw like 4 passes and then had that, but I don't think he will.
I gave mine, so you can tell me yours.
Oh, man. Rookie season, which means he would have had to play as a rookie, so that takes a couple people out. I am going to say, even though I'm most likely wrong, Dakota Lane Prescott.
And I said Baker Mayfield.
Good guess.
Dak Prescott and Baker Mayfield. Here we go. Let's see what we get.
I'm hoping too after Dak's performance that maybe they drop him to $30 million.
Dude. Dak Prescott is correct.
Boom, baby.
Damn it. Bear on the board.
I should get an extra point for his full name.
So now I'm 3.5 out. Son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. All right. With the NBA preseason underway, let's see how well you know where some players are playing this season.
Oh, God.
Here are 5 names. Tell me what team each of them plays on. 1 point for each. So you want me to give you the names of the players?
Yeah, let me. All right.
All right. Trevor Ariza, and I'm telling him to hold, please. Kyle Korver. Chandler Parsons. J.J. Redick. Derrick Rose.
Okay.
Is there another? I got a pen. Can you give me like a small sheet? Because I'd rather write than type. I know 2 of them.
Right now I know 1 of them. I think I know 2 of them.
And I got to ask him because he said current, right?
Yes. I think so.
Okay. Yeah, current. Here are 5 names. Tell me which team they play on.
Oh, where the fuck did Reddit go? Shit. Why am I drawing a blank? JJ's my boy.
Come on, Jeremy.
I think I'm wrong here, but... Okay. I have mine.
Chandler Parsons. Who did he play for Dallas before?
He did, yeah. It was a few years ago.
So CP. Guessing at this point. KK.
And of course, the season preview I pulled up was the NHL, so I can't even cheat.
All right. I'm ready when you are.
All right, you ready to type?
You want me to type it into him?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying for both of us while we go here, because we'll just
let's go.
Start with Ariza, right?
So, Ariza. Let me put that. All right, go.
I have Ariza with the Lakers.
I have him with Sacramento and Lakers. Okay.
Corver. I have him.
Let me type Corver.
Sure.
Go.
I have him with the 76ers.
I have him with Utah. I'm just thinking he's a Utah fan. One of these guys has to be on Utah.
I think that was last year.
Was it? Did he play for them? Damn. All right, next.
I think. Chandler Parsons. I have the Cavs.
And I have them too.
Well, he played for them late last year, I think. Or maybe he did get signed this year. I just can't remember.
Okay.
JJ Redick. This one I drew a complete blank on, so I just put in the Clippers. I know that's not right.
I know where he is for sure.
Where is he?
New Orleans. Because he just had an interview talking about
Zion.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And who'd you say?
I said the Clippers. Yep, you're right.
I'll get one there. All right.
Because that's what he said, right? He told him not to fuck it up or something like that.
Because he made the playoffs 13 out of 13 years or whatever.
I laughed at that. I laughed at that. What an idiot. And Derrick Rose, he plays for the Pistons. I know that one.
Yeah, same here.
That's easy.
Detroit and Detroit. All right, so let's see how many points we're getting. I'm the first. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got from Jeremy. So Sacramento, Utah, Cavs, New Orleans, Detroit, Lakers, 76ers, Cavs, Clippers, Detroit. Not too bad. Okay, all right. It's probably you again because that's how the fucking world works.
I didn't get JJ.
Nah, you're right. I got him there. I just remember that's the only reason I know it was on ESPN because you said that was Zion.
And that was where I was drawing my blank.
Let's see what we get here. Come on, Jeremy. All right, Ariza, Sacramento. That's one. Thank you. Corver, Milwaukee.
Huh.
Interesting. Neither one. Parsons, Atlanta.
Ooh.
Redick, New Orleans.
I'll give you another one, and then we both get one for the Pistons.
And both get it for the Pistons. So 3 for me, 1 for you. So that's now 1.5.
There you go.
All right.
Back at it.
Nice.
That was a good question.
Final one. The Houston Astros finished the best regular season record this year. So what are their chances to win the World Series? Of the last 49 seasons, how many of the Okay, let me reread this. Final one. The Houston Astros finished the best regular season record this year, with the best regular season record this year. So what are their chances to win the World Series? Of the last 49 seasons, how many of the best regular season teams won it all? Closest gets the point.
49 seasons.
Yep.
The Yankees
I typed mine.
There a few years. I'm going to say 12.
And I said 19.
I think I'm low.
I think you're going to be close, though, man, because, as you know, they get knocked out fairly early. Yankees got knocked out several times. They had best record.
That'll be good. We can't tie, so.
Yeah, because 15 would go to you, 16 would go to me.
Any other number goes elsewhere.
Typing. 13. Motherfucker.
Almost nailed that one on the head.
So the odds aren't great for Houston. Okay, have a nice rest of the show and see you for wrestling.
Dang.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Oh, hot damn.
So is it back to 2.5?
Jam. Yes, it is.
There we go. All right. So on to NASCAR.
All right.
This past week, who the hell won the race?
I don't even know.
Well, I'll update the standings while you're looking. Brandon just fucked us bad.
Yeah, right in the poop chute.
Thank you, Chase Elliott. Bear and I both had him.
Poop chute.
Finishing last, 38. And Martin Truex finishing second for Brandon.
Who wins and then finishes last the next race? What an idiot. What kind of loser would like Chase Elliott anyways?
Yeah, loser. So, average is now 14.4 for
Bottom
Brandon.
of the ninth. Braves down by 12. Comeback train.
14.7 for me, 15.3 for Bear. So, Brandon is ahead of me by 36 points.
Still only a race, though.
46 points.
Not anymore.
And for
Kyle Larson.
Bear, oh yeah, he moved on. And Bear is behind by 62.
That was his first win in 75 races. Too,
Yes,
by the way.
and he moves on to the next round.
Sure does. Good for him.
To the round of 8. He goes.
To the round of 8.
So this week we've got Talledega, which is always a fun race. Last time we took pick this. Brandon had Austin Dillon, who finished 14th. I had Stenhouse, who finished 25th. And you had McDowell, who finished 40th.
Dead last.
So this week, Talledega, who won it earlier this year?
So Chase won earlier this year.
Okay, and neither one of us can pick Chase.
And as we looked earlier, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So before Chase, 7 Fords won in a row. And before that, Dale Earnhardt Jr. won in 2015 and bookended the 2 Chevys. So Ford has pretty much dominated this race over the last 4 years, 5 years.
And that's what Brandon said. So Brandon's taking Joey Logano. I'm switching it up a little bit because I got to go kind of off the wall. I'm taking Alex Bowman. He finished second here in the spring. I like him here. It's a Chevy. Bowman's been running good. He's in the chase. A win would help him out tremendously and help me out. And so hopefully Joey Logano crashes.
Yeah, you need the fast car in this race, right?
Yes,
you got to have the fast car, and you got these guys who can go and got fast cars. You picked a good one.
How about our boy last week, DiBenedetto, finished 7th?
Yeah, man. I love it. So this is how it is, right? I took Brad Keselowski
B2K
to win Daytona, the first race of the year, and I think he wrecked. Brad Keselowski.
No, he finished 12th.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
My guy, Bubba Wallace, finished 38th.
Brad Keselowski is in 6th place right now. Doesn't need a win, but could use a win.
Absolutely.
Big Race Brad, who I don't like, is probably going to be there. So I'm taking Brad Keselowski this week.
I like that pick. I like it. So we'll see what happens, and looking forward to this week. Talledega, always a fun race. Going to be a good one, and we'll see where we are after this week. Brandon took a commanding lead. Just 2 weeks ago, I was up by 7. Now I'm down by 46. So all it takes is a race, and we've got 6 left.
I mean, Logano wrecks out early or gets caught up in an early big one, and our guys finish top 5. We're all bad. But what'd you say? There were 6 races left, right?
Correct.
So we got plenty. I mean, it's not like I'm down by 162. I'm down by 62, so we're good.
So let's give the live update into MLB. The Cardinals put up, a 10 spot in the first inning? So they're up 13-1.
Fucking Cardinals.
Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, and they're going to win, obviously. And they're moving on. They're going to the NLCS.
Well, my World Series darling sleeper is not going to make it, unfortunately. But I am very proud to say that I doubt if 10 experts in the entire country of anything pick the Braves to even go to the World Series, maybe even let alone the playoffs.
Right.
So I'm happy with that pick. They had a good year. Good for the Bravos. Unfortunately, they choked, so it is what it is.
And the Yankees swept the Twins on Monday, so they were off last night. They're off tonight. They're off tomorrow because Game 5 is tomorrow for the Astros and Rays, which means they wouldn't play till Saturday at the earliest. So they're going to have 5 days of rest at least.
Yep.
And then tonight,
Dodgers play tonight, right?
Dodgers are playing
Nationals,
tonight.
So that could
8:37.
It would be
about 20 minutes.
You know what? I have family in LA, and they are Dodgers fans, and I would love to root for the Dodgers. But just because you have them, I hope they lose.
Oh, yeah.
Then Brandon will be completely out then, even though he can't win a championship. He'll be completely out. You will only have the Yankees, and I'll only have the Astros, which would then make a fun ALCS if the Astros can win tonight.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow. They play tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, that is tomorrow night. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
I know it was tonight.
That's good. So we were going to preview.
Game's over, by the way.
The game is?
Game's over.
All right.
Cardinals are going to the NLCS.
So we were going to preview the NBA. We'll do that next week. I'm going to get Cody Bryan on next week.
Cool.
He's getting off work at 4. He took a different route than Kobe, his cousin.
I like it.
So Cody Bryant, looking forward to him coming back next week. He was with us on episode 100, so he'll join us for episode 121, and we look forward to having him. We've got our picks up there. You're changing your pick, I assume. I'm keeping mine.
Yeah.
I'm keeping mine. We'll talk about that next week. We probably should.
I'm just going to change my East team.
All right. Do you want to cover the NHL?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have it ready. I'm up, and I do have. I have very lightly spoken to Nick, who was supposed to be here and never really gave me an answer. I told him 6 times when it was, and that's what he does. Probably had a hockey game tonight. 2 things first before the NHL starts. I don't know if you saw. But Cody Soul signed with the Walleye today, who is like I haven't gotten on any Walleye. I'm in Walleye fan pages.
Well, I was at the game Saturday, preseason game he was playing.
Was he?
He looked good.
I thought they signed today.
No, he's been there. He was because they were playing, and they have all these guys that are just trying out playing. No, he was there. He was playing. He helped out the goalie who got hit in the mask, and he couldn't see anything. So he's like there trying to yell at the ref and helping his goalie like blocking stuff. No, he looked good.
Yeah, he was hated forever. Everyone in Toledo hates him. So
and then Jenks is with Fort Wayne.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It was like a trade almost.
And Soul's okay, but he's a big boy, and that's
what they need, man. They've had enforcers, but they've never had a big guy enforcer who's just there.
He laid it down a few times, and he looked good. And so we went. So I don't know if you knew this. So it was $5, general admission, could sit anywhere.
Nice.
We got there at about 6:15. It was a 7:15 game. The front row seats were all taken because I wanted to get Grayson on the glass, but he couldn't get on the glass. So I was like, all right. So we went and sat in the third row, and I was like, oh, you can't see much, so let's move up. So we moved up to a little higher up, but he was, I don't know if you saw the pictures. Earlier that day, we went to Things That Go in Perrysburg, and he was all about it. He met Cat Trick.
I saw that, yeah.
And had the pictures. So what do you think my ass had to buy when we were at the Walleye shop? Cat Trick puck. We got a couple of hockey sticks, a Cat Trick like stuffed animal, and a Cat Trick hand.
All of it.
Had to buy it all. He was so excited, and you could probably see in the pictures he's holding all his stuff. He was happy. Yeah. That's all that matters. He had a good time. His first hockey game, we left after the first period because I knew he would be tired and it's preseason. But I wanted to take him to a preseason game because I knew it wouldn't be as crazy. But I taught him, what do you think I taught him?
Hit somebody.
I did, and I said, all right, Grayson, when I tap you, you yell hit somebody. And they do, when they hit the flag and whatever, and you just hit somebody, and he's just puts his head up, hit somebody, and I'm like, great, perfect. So he's all in.
He's ready to go.
Yeah, he loved it. We had a good time. I'll probably take him again sometime. I would love to take him to one of the morning games, but they're usually during when school's in session, so
like
I can't take him.
Yeah,
so if they do it during like Thanksgiving break, I can do
Christmas
it because he's off.
Yeah,
he's off both of those weeks. So it'll be interesting. I know when we get to around Christmas, we'll have to do an episode probably on that Monday or Tuesday because I believe Christmas Eve is on a
Tuesday.
So we'll probably have to record Monday.
Because Wednesday is Christmas.
Yeah, so we'll probably have to record.
Last year it was Monday, Tuesday. This year it's Tuesday, Wednesday.
And then next year it'll go further because it's a leap year.
Next year it's going to be great. It'll be
Friday.
It'll be Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Because that's perfect. When it's the first 2 days or the last 2 days of the week, it's great. When it's randomly in the middle, it sucks because you got to go to work for one day, then you're 2 off instead of just having like a 4-day weekend.
Right, and then so Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve will be on Tuesday the 31st, and I'll be back like that Friday. So we're going to record the following week on the following weekend probably.
Yeah,
and we'll just do a double show. We'll probably release one Saturday midnight or Friday at midnight, and then Sunday like normal.
A lot of bowl games to talk about, but we'll have our picks for that one early, so it won't matter.
Yeah. We'll get that done.
Our bowl preview.
And what we might do is we could probably just run 3 episodes. One episode is just a whole bowl preview, and that's it.
I mean, we've done that before.
Do the bowl preview, all of that. It just depends on how we do it and put it out early, and because we are going to have the Bowl Mania, and that'll be interesting. So looking forward to that. So back to NHL. I know we talked about Cody Saul, and so he did sign. For sure, he's with them.
Yep, he did sign with them today, for sure.
And they just traded for somebody, too, with Kalamazoo, I think.
Did they? I did not see that. So, yeah, no, that was just a quick one. But talking to Nick, he thinks, which last year, he picked Anaheim to win, and they didn't make the playoffs. They lost 13 games in a row twice. He picked the New Jersey Devils to win the Cup this year. Not kidding.
Okay.
Yes, that is real life. He didn't give me who they were going to beat. He just said they are real contenders, and they're going to win the Cup. That's my pick. I was like, okay, whatever, bub. That's why he shouldn't be on. Don't get me wrong. They're talented as shit. They are. They're just young. That's all. It would be, if they made the playoffs and the 8th seed there, good for them. I would not be, that would be cool. I just can't see them winning the Cup. Too many strong teams this year.
Right, I agree. So I'm gonna write this on the board. Give me his picks again. I'm gonna write it up on the board, and then we'll get Brandon's. I think you have his in the text, and yours as well. I think he gave us his. I believe. I know he gave us NBA. We can see what they are, but I'll let you look for that. I'm gonna write it on the board, and we will be moving forward. NHL, no big preview here. I'm a Penguins fan. You know, they may make the playoffs. They're not going to go far. Malkin's out for a while now. They look okay. You know, we'll see. I as a Penguins fan, it's tough. Wings, you think the Wings get in this year?
They've looked good to start. They just lost to Anaheim, funny enough. But I would be pretty excited to see them make the playoffs again. I don't think so. I think they'll come up a little bit short. They're a really young team. But, dude, Mantha, man, dropped 4 goals the other night. It was impressive as hell. So I'm pretty excited.
Give me Nick.
I don't have that. I'll give you Brandon's. How about that?
Okay.
Brandon's is Nashville over Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Mine is going to be, this is a tough one, man. I think that, oh, shit.
We'll get Parrott next week.
Yeah, we can get, that's fine. I got plenty of time. Dude, I think the Avs are going to be a sleeper this year, but I just don't think they're quite going to be there. Man, I like the Caps, too. They're just so damn strong. I'm going to go, I think that Ovi wins another one this year. I'm going to go Caps over Predators this year. I think so. I'm seeing it.
And you said Nick you got?
I do not yet. I know he wanted the Devils. I just texted him just to see, so we'll hold off until he texts me back. We'll see what he gives me here. And you're taking Tampa over Vegas. I wanted to pick Tampa. I just think losing Yzerman and all that stuff from last year, they're going to get into the playoffs again, and they're going to just get nervous.
Yep, and
just
they
my
could.
Thoughts.
And it may help them out. We'll see. Looking forward to it.
It's going to be a fun year in the NHL, I think. There's a lot of young teams with young talent. I'm excited the Red Wings are one of those teams. The Devils are the best young team with talent right now, and they got Subban, which is going to be great. But you know, your top class, your top echelon.
Hughes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston is up there, you know, but they're 1 or 2 years away from being donezo. I mean, they just are. There's a lot of older guys, and it's just there.
So wrestling, I know the stable that came out, we got Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, and LAX are all in there. So it's interesting. Jericho's just hysterical.
It's a good-looking group right there. Ouch.
Thank you, Jericho.
Here's the news flash. Shut your mouth and sit down.
Gotta love heel Jericho at the Aviators.
At the end of the episode, you saw the 5 of us beating the hell out of all.
I know this is sports, but I don't give a shit.
Who we are.
This is great.
Here. We are next. We are now.
He is taking the Devils.
He is taking the Devils. Devils over.
He's just dumb.
These are my confidants here, the 4 closest men to me that I've ever met.
What a freaking wiener.
Hey, Chris, we're the 5 of you.
I can't believe he's taking. I mean, it's a solid pick, but it's gonna be another one where his champion isn't gonna make the playoffs.
Is he drunk?
He might still be. Who knows? He's always drunk.
That could be you. With a shaved face.
I'm much better looking than him.
He looks like a Spanish god. Look how sexy he is.
God, you gotta love Jericho.
Heel Jericho is the best. What is he, 47, 48?
48, I think they said.
One of the greatest performers I've seen at his age in a long time. He's athletic. He's acrobatic.
Now, this is a guy you want putting you over.
And he
Yeah.
is on my list.
Nice.
And then look at these 2 psychos beside him, Santana and Ortiz.
These 2 psychos beside. Dude, that belt's sweet.
I like that belt.
Around, but I'll tell you what, they're dirtier than they've ever been. They're nastier than they've ever
I want to hear what he has to say about Jack Swagger.
to AEW, and they are ready
This is
to
a
fight.
wrestling crossover.
Yeah, sorry. After Jericho's done, we'll go back.
Fruits, and I like it.
I mean, it's good though. Jericho's dad played hocky for the Rangers, so I mean,
Yeah,
it
did
kind
you
of
see
ties
that?
right in.
Did you see he did that? He's like, number 27, my dad, Ted Irvine. He was sitting there. Did you see the video?
No,
it was
I didn't.
awesome. He had a jersey in his lap, and he's like, Ted Irvine, number 27, the best.
Let's see where the Rangers are scheduled.
Yeah, see, we can tie this into hockey. His dad played for the Rangers.
So he said tough, very tough, but I'm going to go with the Avs.
This man right here.
So Devils over Avalanche.
You may think you know who he is, but his real name is Jake Hagar. And yeah, Jake Hagar. He's a former world champion, but more
Yes, he is.
right here, right now, he is the toughest, most terrified, most crazy
We the people chants.
MMA fighter in the world today. Okay, hold on. Hey, calm down for 1 second. Calm down for 1 second. We the people sucks and it's dead and buried.
God, I love Jericho.
It was a stupid idea for bad creative and all that's gone.
He just doesn't give a shit. I love it. This is why AEW is going to be big.
Yeah. I'm surprised he doesn't laugh. I'd be laughing at that.
AEW chants.
Most
Much better.
feared MMA fighter on the planet today, and guess what? He's undefeated.
He is
And that's a
undefeated.
shoot.
That is a shoot.
That makes him the toughest man in AEW. That makes him the toughest man in the entire professional wrestling business, baby.
Kind of looks like Bon Jovi.
So he's not afraid
He does.
to challenge any fighter, wrestler, boxer, MMA guy, former MMA guy, street bum, bare knuckle fighter, you name it. Hager's ready. Look at him.
He's
Giants.
knocking on Tyson Fury in WWE right now,
Love it.
and Cain Velasquez.
These are my closest confidants. These are my friends. This is my inner circle. We are the inner circle,
Oh.
baby.
He ruined that one, though. He should have said that. This is the inner circle. Done.
And we're taking control of AEW.
But the good thing is,
No matter who
they do it
thinks they're in
themselves.
charge around here, we're in charge now. And I don't care if
Someone's
you're
gotta be
Young
coming
Bucks
out.
or Kenny Omega or that stupid son of a bitch Cody.
Did you see he has a dream tattoo over his heart?
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
For him.
That's right, challenging me on November 9th, that full gear. Cody's
That's the day after our hockey game.
Saturday night.
His entire life was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. His entire life. Well, you know what, Cody? I don't like you, and I don't like your family.
I like it.
All right, we'll turn this down. So it's called Full Gear. Yeah, we'll get into it. All right, so sorry to our sports people that we listen to wrestling. Wrestling's big for us, so
Yeah. All right. Just to finish, too.
get over it.
San Jose is going to be good for the last year. This will be it. The Flames are going to be good this year. Vegas will still be there. Probably a surprise team you're going to see, Arizona. I think they're going to be pretty
Yeah.
well off. They should make the playoffs this year. The toughest division is the Western Central Division. You got Nashville, Colorado, St. Louis, Dallas, Winnipeg. I mean, those top 5 teams are great. The Wild aren't bad. The Blackhawks are just last in that division, projected last.
St. Louis might not make it. They may be a wild card.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and Chicago being last. I mean, they just won 3 cups in 5 years or something like that a couple years
Something
ago.
crazy, yeah.
So, and then the East, you're going to have, the Islanders are scheduled to slip a little. I don't think they will. The Blue Jackets will probably be the worst team in hockey this year. I think the Red Wings are going to surprise a little bit, but unfortunately, I think they're going to come up a little bit short of the playoffs this year. But they're building, and I'm excited for it. They've looked good to start, so good for them. Goaltending is going to be huge for them, so we're going to see how that all goes. But as a Wings fan, I hope to make the playoffs, but I wouldn't be mad if they just miss out. I'm really excited for the season. It should be a good hockey season. And I don't know if you've seen already I think it was last week I saw the highlights, the bad blood between the Sharks and Knights already.
Yeah.
The Knights were up 5-0, and then San Jose scored a power play goal with 6 minutes left in the game. I mean, just getting blown out, and they just got into an all-out brawl. Just fantastic. Absolutely loved it. So it should be a pretty good hockey year. They always are. Now that hockey's going, we're not going to be that much into it here, but once football's over and whatnot, we're going to definitely start getting more into all that. So we just want to give you guys a little preview.
Absolutely. Quick preview. Somebody to look out for, especially if they get into the Stanley Cup. I've got Vegas and Tampa. I could see either one of them. I wouldn't mind if Vegas won. You got Nikita Kucherov, who could win the Conn Smythe if they win the Cup.
Oh, yeah.
You've got if Vegas won the Cup, I could see Mark Stone winning that. I mean, it'll be very interesting to see. I'm looking forward to it. Do you think that Montreal, they've got the pieces. They just got to put it together. You think I don't know if they get there this year, but
oh, man, I just don't know. Montreal has been such,
because they got Connor, right?
Yeah, they've been cursed forever, though. So we'll see. I mean, you're right. They do. They have the pieces. They should make the playoffs this year as like a 6 to 8 seed, somewhere in there.
Right.
But yeah, they're just not good enough in the East right now to, just to be there. They're good, but they're not beating Tampa. They're not beating Boston. It's not going to happen.
So we're going to go into college football, and we're going to give our picks. But last week, let me give you an update. So me and Brandon, had a rough week, both 5-5. Bear, you were 6-4. Parrot Nelson was 7-3.
Oh, good for him.
The Parrot did the best. And so updated standings, Parrot Nelson 22-11. I'm at 35-29-2. You're at 39-25-2. And Dub is at 42-22-2. He's got a 7-game lead on me here. So
3 on me.
Let's get into these first game, okay? Alabama.
Do you have his written down?
Yeah, I already have it in here.
Okay.
Alabama is an 18-point favorite at Texas A&M. Brandon has A&M.
18?
Yes, sir.
At home? Ugh. But, man, it's Bama. Bama destroyed them after Manziel left the one year they lost there. I just don't think A&M's that good.
I don't either.
18's a lot, but, yeah, give me Bama by 3 touchdowns.
That's what I have. Same exact thing, Alabama. So hopefully we can gain a game on Brandon. Next game, Clemson versus, so at home, Florida State, 27 points.
I think that's a lot. I do. And Clemson just had an off week, and maybe it gets them back together a little bit. Florida State, I know, looked like shit in the beginning of the year, but, man, I looked at this game earlier, and I saw 27, and I was like, it's just too much. I think Clemson wins, but by 17.
Okay. I've got them winning by, I think they win by 28. So give me Clemson. But don't listen to me. I have the worst record of the three of us. Georgia at home, 24.5 against South Carolina. Brandon has Georgia, and by the way, he had Clemson.
Yeah, Georgia by 4 touchdowns. They should whoop up on South Carolina.
All right, and as people hear my clicking, I'm putting it into our Google sheet. Ohio State is off this week, which is good for them because they'll come back next week, Friday night against Northwestern, and then they get 7 days off to go play Wisconsin at home.
At home, though, which is good.
That'll be big. All right, next game. LSU at home against Florida, 13.5. Brandon has Florida in the points. LSU win.
No way.
I think LSU kills them.
Florida is not good. They are posers. They beat up on Bo Nix, who is not good. He's gotten lucky this whole season. They shouldn't have beat Oregon. Don't give me this shit. LSU, Joe Burrow, they're going to stomp on Florida and show them that they are pretenders, not contenders. And I think Florida ends up losing 3 games this year total. Maybe 4.
Georgia or Florida? Who did they lose to?
Florida hasn't lost yet.
They haven't lost yet.
No.
Oh, they just beat Auburn.
Yeah.
So it's Auburn that lost. They've lost 1.
They barely beat Miami of Florida in the beginning of the year. They just beat Auburn at home, granted, but they don't have Felipe Franks. I just don't think they're that good. And their defense is great, don't get me wrong, but that offense sucks, and now they're running into a good team in LSU. So I think LSU beats them up probably I think they win by 24.
All right. Oklahoma, 10.5-point favorite at home against Texas.
It's not. It's in the Cotton Bowl.
Or is it in the Cotton Bowl?
Yeah, it's neutral site, but it's in Dallas. So give me...
Well, thank you for the correction.
You're welcome, because that's big.
It is big.
But last year, Texas upset Oklahoma in this game. Jalen Hurts is already talking shit, saying that this game isn't nothing compared to the Iron Bowl. I've been in it. I know. Don't give Texas fuel. Texas, this is what they play for. They've already lost. They need this game. Texas is going to come out hungry, angry. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I think Texas not only covers, I think Texas pulls off the upset. Texas 49, Oklahoma 46.
I think Oklahoma wins this game 56-38.
Really?
Yeah.
Woo!
So give me them covering. So I've got Oklahoma on the cover and to win. Next, Wisconsin at home, 10.5 against Michigan State.
Michigan State they're going to be just disheartened from last week. They played well in the first quarter. Ohio State did make some mistakes, but I just don't think that they have it in them this week. I think you just saw what Dobbins did. Jonathan Taylor is going to run all over this team. Wisconsin by 17.
Yeah, Wisconsin covers. Brandon thinks the same. All right. Notre Dame at home, 9-point favorite against USC. Brandon said Notre Dame 34-17. Fuck USC.
Yep, I would. I'm not saying fuck USC, but 34-17 sounds about right. Give me Notre Dame.
I also have Notre Dame. Next, Penn State at Iowa, 3.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I like. This is going to be a tough one, but I think it's going to be a close one. Iowa just lost 10-3 at Michigan. Penn State really hasn't played anybody all year, and now they're coming into Iowa, which is a tough environment. Iowa pulls upsets in October. I've seen it. I know these things, a.k.a. Ohio State. Give me Iowa here, outright win.
All right, give me Penn State to cover. Michigan, 21.5 at Illinois. Michigan for Brandon, and Brandon had Penn State.
21.5, man. In Illinois, but I think I think their quarterback's hurt. I think Illinois is, so I'm going to go with Michigan.
Same here. Same for Brandon. And last but not least, rivalry game.
Rivalry week.
Toledo at Bowling Green, 26-point favorites for Toledo.
Yeah. Bowling Green normally puts up a little bit of a fight for like a half a quarter, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 7-7 after one. Yeah, Toledo's going to beat them about 56-21. They're going to poop on them.
So 35 points there. So you got them covering. I got them covering too.
Even Brandon had them covering.
We said, unfortunately, Toledo. So NFL, we can go into the NFL picks from this week and last week. So last week, I think the best we had, how many games last week? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 games last week.
We got 10. We climbed up to third in our podcast rankings.
You were actually 10-5. Dub was 10-5. 4, 6, 7. I was 8-7, and Parrot Nelson was 5-10.
Yikes! Not good.
No.
Not good for the Parrot.
Updated standings. Brandon 52-25-1. You and I are both 47-30-1, and the Parrot is 21-25.
Yeesh.
Sorry, Parrot. So let's get into this right now. Tomorrow night or tonight when people are listening, Patriots and home against the Giants.
Dude, like half the Giants team is out. Barkley's out. Ingram's out. It's like their whole offense is out. So obviously we know where we're going here.
All right. Everybody is. Next, Panthers at Bucks.
London. It's a 9:30 game. It's going to be interesting because everyone gets fucked up from these games.
Right.
But the best player on the field is going to be Christian McCaffrey, and they're going to beat Tampa by 3, I think, 24-21.
Okay. Brandon has the Buccaneers.
He didn't learn from last week?
And I don't like his pick, so give me the Panthers.
All right, so the pod takes the Panthers.
All right. Redskins at Dolphins.
Oh, God, the old suck-off. The good old-fashioned suck-off.
Somebody's got to get a win.
Case Keenum is the better quarterback here. I think the Dolphins are really in tank mode. Like, they just don't give a shit. So I think the Redskins are going to win this game.
Brandon has the Redskins too. And I will also take the Redskins.
Yeah.
Eagles at Vikings.
This should be a good game, but I think the Eagles, even though they beat up on Green Bay, are still pretenders. I think they got lucky. I'm going to go with Minnesota at home. Cousins is going to have another big throwing week because the Eagles secondary is about as good as me and you. You throw me, you,
and Brandon
and Parrot out there, we would put up the same fight of 0.
Brandon took the Eagles.
Oh, your pick, buddy boy.
Come on.
For the podcast.
Minnesota.
We need him to win anyways.
We need who to win? Oh, yeah, Minnesota. Yes, we do.
Big time room for Minnesota.
Yep. All right, next. Texans at Chiefs. Chiefs who just got upset by the Colts. But they're at home this week.
Tyreek Hill, probably the last week he's out. He should be back next week. They have 2 offensive linemen down. Mahomes has a rough ankle, man. That's why they got beat. The Colts had a perfect game plan. A couple people got hurt. That's rough. The Texans, they're not going to roll over. But I don't think Kansas City loses 2 in Arrowhead. So give me the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Brandon has the Chiefs as well. Saints at Jags.
It should be a fun game. I think closer than people think, but I think Bridgewater's going to pull it out in the end. Saints.
Saints here. Saints for Brandon. Sea Chickens at Browns.
This is a trap game if I've ever seen one. West Coast team coming east in a 1 o'clock game. That's 10 a.m. on the West Coast. They don't normally play that. Russell Wilson plays like shit when he does this. It just has trap game written all over it, but I just don't have the balls to pick Cleveland after what I saw last week, especially coming back. They're coming back from the West too, so give me the Seahawks.
Brandon took the Browns. You know what I'm doing.
I know. I already put in the Seahawks.
Good. Bengals at Ravens.
Yeah, I already put the Ravens in.
Yeah, Ravens across the board. 49ers at Rams. This is a fun one.
Game of the afternoon right here. I think...
Here, hold on, because I want to actually get to something different because we keep going the other way around. Brandon took the Rams. I'm taking the Niners.
I'm going to take the Rams on this one.
Yeah.
I don't think they lose 3 in a row. Not going to happen. The 49ers are good, though. Don't get me wrong, but they just lost another tackle and Juszczyk, their fullback, is out for 4 to 6 weeks. So I think the run's going to get stuffed. They're going to make Garoppolo throw, which he can. I just don't think they have the wide receiver weapons to compete with the cornerbacks that the Rams have. So I'm going to go Rams at home.
Okay, and I'm a 49er believer, so I'm going to take the 49ers. I'm going to ride this out.
You know, if they had a team called the 69ers, I'd be a much bigger believer.
Right. Falcons at Cardinals.
Ugh. I'm going to take the Cardinals here.
Brandon took – it's funny you said that as I'm typing. Brandon took the Falcons. I'm taking the Cardinals.
All right.
Cowboys at Jets.
Dallas.
Dallas all the way across the board.
Even though Darnold's back, they have to rebound and win this game. They don't have a choice.
All right. Titans at Broncos.
I'm going to go with the Broncos at home. I think they beat the Titans.
Me, you, and Brandon.
Okay. Didn't see that one.
Steelers at Chargers.
Give me the Chargers at home.
Chargers as well here. Lions at Packers Monday night.
This should be a fun game, but I think Green Bay is going to pull it out. Green Bay by 6.
Brandon took the Lions. Give me the Packers.
All right. Final score.
Packers-Lions?
Yep.
34-27.
Don't think they score that many, but it's possible. Lions got a sneaky good defense. Sneaky.
I think 34-27. I'm sticking with it.
No, that's fine. I'm just telling you. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game.
All right.
Say 16-10.
There we go. All right. So your week and we're 4 behind now, right? We're in third.
Yep.
Nothing but net is ahead.
Yeah, she's winning it all.
I need to tell her you're still winning on the pod.
Let's see who's in second. Whole pack of Badgers. I don't know who that is.
Whole pack. I don't either.
Hefnerman 8821.
Nice.
Yep. And then tied in fourth, you have the ex-wife, Justin on the Twitter, and Eric Green.
Nice. Where's Pod Dad? He's down at the bottom.
He had a bad week again. With Jeremy.
Nice. He had a bad week again. This week, it is your week to pick a sports movie to discuss. Jake wanted to do 42. I'm like, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
And he's not here, so it would be stupid for us to cover a movie we haven't seen. You can see the list up there. We covered Draft Day last week. That was a fun one. Is that one with Costner and the Browns?
I haven't seen that.
You've never seen that?
Nope,
That's
never seen it.
It's a fun movie.
You know what also I haven't seen? Moneyball either.
And Any Given Sunday. Moneyball was really good.
Well, we might as well because it's Talledega weekend.
Talledega Nights. What a great pick.
It makes sense.
If you're not first, you're last.
Right, first.
I was high when I said that.
You could be second, third, fourth, fifth.
Oh gosh, so you've got. Oh God, what a good
Come
movie!
at you like a spider monkey.
Like a spider monkey.
So many
Get him!
lines from that. They're praying and thanking all the sponsors. Like
I'm all
it's
jacked up
so-
on Mountain Dew.
I'm all
Thank
jacked
you,
up on
dear
Mountain Dew.
8-pound, 6-ounce newborn infant Jesus.
Can it just be regular Jesus? Regular baby Jesus. No.
I'd like to thank this smorgasbord of KFC,
Taco Bell, Mountain Dew.
Or what's he say? The always delicious Taco Bell. And we'd like to thank Powerade for their new flavor. What is it? Mountain
Berry or something like
Berry.
that.
Mountain Blueberry. So the budget of this movie, get this, $42.5 million, not that much.
Yeah, I figured it'd be more than that.
$163 million in the box office. By the way, Joker we talked about, $55 million box office.
Mm-hmm.
So across the the whole, I think it was global, brought in like 180 first week. So more than tripled.
Jesus.
I think it was 180. Brought in 96 domestic.
Yeah, so you do those movies that were just in like alleys and shit. Just that works out.
Yeah, and they did a great job, like we already talked about. So, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, and you remember Sacha Baron Cohen was Jean Girard, where
Yep.
Perrier was his, the water was his sponsor.
So Granda's gay boyfriend was Andy
All
Richter.
you have to do is say crepes.
No, I'm not. Aren't those?
Those are like little pancakes.
Oh, I like those.
I like
Oh, I
those.
do like them. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
And Leslie Bibb, she was his wife, his smoking hot wife.
Mm-hmm. She is smoking hot.
Yeah, she was in
That was Cal Naughton Jr.'s wife.
Cal Naughton Jr. But she was in, what was she in? She was in Iron Man. That's right. She was in Law Abiding Citizen 2.
Yeah.
Amy Adams was his love interest in this,
Yes.
of course. Amy Adams, beautiful.
Yep.
John C. Reilly was Cal Naughton Jr. Because they had, what was his sponsor when he was going? Wonder Bread was his sponsor.
Yeah.
He had Fig Newton. He put Fig Newtons
Right
on
over.
the.
You can't put that on your windshield.
He sold the windshield. He sold everything. I do what I want. And his dad was, who the hell was his dad? I always forget. Oh, Michael Clark Duncan. We can't forget him.
Well, yeah, he was in it. That wasn't his dad, but
No, he was Lucius.
He was his crew chief.
Gary Cole. And then Jane Lynch was the mom.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gary Cole, also a great actor. He was big for Office Space, if you remember.
Oh yeah.
Who Bill. So,
Lumberg fucked her.
yes. So, the Talledega Nights, just such a great movie. He was a tire changer or some shit?
Yep.
And he was in the crew and he drove the car and he's like, I just want to go fast. That's all he dreams about.
Go fast.
And then, he gets Cal Naughton in there and they become shake and bake. And then at the end, after they're friends again, he's the Magic Man and El Diablo. He's like, what is that? Like a fighting chicken.
So good. So good. Man, I like that. El Diablo and the Magic Man.
El Diablo and the Magic Man. Now you see me, now you don't. Yeah, his wife marries him, but
He stabs himself in the leg and uses the other knife to try to cut it out. Oh my god.
he's like, just jabs it in. Yeah.
So
he's
good.
like, can't feel anything. I can't feel my legs. And he stabs it. And he's like, it's in your head, man. And he's like, save me, Jesus. Save me, Tom Cruise.
Save me, Oprah Winfrey. I think one of my favorite parts, too, is when he's in the hospital after that, and Cal Naughton comes up there and he goes, yep, I posed in Playgirl under Mike Honcho. One of the absolute best moments in that.
Look at him.
Yep, full
He's
spread
dead.
eagle.
He's still full alive. He's dead. How am I going to live? His wife, all that shit. That was great.
He's still alive.
He's still alive. But who were some of the... So the owner was Pat Hingle, was Larry Dennett Sr., but then Larry Dennett Jr., who just hated Ricky Bobby, just shit on him, and he's the one that got rid of him. And Molly Shannon was in this, if you remember.
Yep.
She was the wife when she's sitting in there and it's vibrating.
The vibrations of the cars.
I remember Dale. He's one of Bobby's fans. I'm a big fan. Don't tell anybody in the garage. When he did that.
He was from, 30 Rock, right, or something like that, I think.
Right.
I can't remember what his name is. He's like the soft-spoken guy.
Yep. And then Jamie McMurray, he's like, see you, wouldn't want to be. And he loses to him in reverse in the movie. But you did have Larry Mack.
Yeah. Larry McReynolds.
And Mike Joy and Darryl Walsh.
Darryl Walsh presented too, right? Yep.
Yep. So
and they're running at the end. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. So what is he? The Jackhawk 5000 at Walmart. Buy at Walmart. If you don't chew Big Red,
Fuck you.
Fuck you. No, great movie. If you had to pick favorite part in that whole movie.
Oh, God. Favorite part? My goodness. There's so many good parts in that, though. But it's got to be when they're going off on old Chip. I'll throw your war medals over the bridge. Just all that shit.
I threw
What'd you do today, kids? I threw Grandpa Chip's war medals
off the bridge.
Sounds like a good day.
Sounds like I threw Grandpa Chip's war medals off the bridge. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Come at you like a spider monkey, Chip.
Like a spider monkey.
I raise my kids like winners, and that's what winners do. Winners say what they want. So
my son's Walker and Texas Ranger. He's like, anarchy. I don't know what that means, but I love it.
So good.
Such a great, we covered Days of Thunder, so covering Talledega Nights is always a fun one. What a great movie. Man, it'll be interesting to see what happens at Talledega this week. We could tell Parrott, hey, Ricky Bobby's available. Bet you might take him. Remember when he destroyed, before he disappeared and went on his height? Well, he's rebirthed now as Parrott Nelson. The stat Parrott has walked the plank. But he was destroying us in NASCAR. We wouldn't have caught him.
No,
he was doing that.
Well, probably not, but possible.
Right. So we'll put Talledega Nights on the board.
He would have picked Ricky Bobby at some point.
Right. As we get to, he picked Jamie McMurray, and he was still killing us. And Jamie McMurray retired.
That is true. Yes, he did.
So I want to talk real quick about Anthony Wayne football, our football squad. Mm-hmm. So 3 shutouts in a row. Destroyed Perrysburg. That was the game we were worried about. We won 33-0. This past week they won, I think, 49-0. They won 42-0 another one. They've got Napoleon this week at home. I might go see that.
Should beat the shit out of them too.
So with our coach, they were, I think, 7-3 or 8-2 the first year, made the Final Four, 10-0 last year, and currently 6-0, 4th in the state in Division II, or 6th.
6, yes.
And Central is 4th. Mm-hmm. They're looking great. I don't know how they'll do once they get there, but they have a good team, have a good coaching staff. I think they've won now 22 or 23 regular season games in a row. It's insane.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, they need to keep going what they're doing. They've been doing great. It's good to see.
They're fun to watch. And we went there. We were actually in the homecoming parade last week, which that was the fastest I've ever walked in a parade. And I'm walking with kids that are like first grade, second grade, third grade. We're walking
through.
Yeah, because we're following some of the cars and the band and another car and the cheerleaders, all that. And he's in my son's in the sign language club. So he comes home after the first meeting. They've had 2 now. It's Friday mornings before school. He comes home and he knew immediately, just after one class, is hello, my name is, and then spells out Grayson.
Huh.
I'm like,
nice.
Holy shit, and I'm like, man, I wish I could go back to being a sponge. And so I'm going to probably keep him in that even after the club ends, because I think it'd be good for him to know, to be, 6, 7, 8 years old and know another language.
I mean, even in general, you'll just get more and more of that, even with jobs and everything. People that know sign language. It's just like knowing another language.
It is.
Just speaking.
It is another language.
Well, I mean, yes, absolutely. But speaking-wise, I mean, it's the same thing. You can rate your ticket anywhere if you have something like that.
If you have American Sign Language. And you know what I love seeing is, with American Sign Language, you see a lot of people. My favorite is when you see those that know ASL, and they're signing to people at concerts, and they're like, why do they do that? I'm like, they want the experience too. Yeah. And they can hear. And when you see the ASL interpreters getting into it, like the music, it's the best. And I love that. And it's when you see the guys like at the rock concerts that were holding up the guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
So he could have that's life-changing for people.
They don't get to do that.
Have wheelchairs or people that.
You get to do it one time. It's fun.
Yeah, it's amazing. So and it's just a feel-good story, and we need more of that. So it's great to see Anthony Wayne looking like they take it a week at a time, can pretty much go 10-0. They've got the team to do it. They can do it. They can't overlook any week. It reminds me of last year. Beginning of the season, I remember there was a BCSN package and video, and they show Springfield, we're coming for you, Anthony Wayne. Yeah. And then they show Coach Brungard, and he's like, what? Springfield? Oh, week 10? Yeah, I'm worried about week 1.
Yep.
And then we destroyed the shit out of them too. So this week, I'll probably go to the Anthony Wayne Napoleon game. As you know, our football crowd is insane. Yeah. They fill up the stands because people want to sit by 6:30. 6:15.
Just stand around.
And it's a high school game. Now that we always had a good crowd, but now that we're really good and we're a powerhouse school,
you get everyone in.
You get everyone
and
still.
And when you get to that too, that means you get other scouts and all that shit too. So more scouts.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking forward to that. I hope they go 10-0. It's good to be part of a school, and Brandon, who's involved with Central, they're 6-0 as well. And we wish the best for them. It's nice to see a local school do good. They've got a rivalry game this week against Whitmer. Yeah. We were talking about going to it, but
bad blood right there.
Yes, there is a lot of bad blood. I've got Central winning that game. It should be very interesting. So, a few things I wanted to mention that I found very interesting as we wrap this show up. So, did you see the ticket prices this week for South Florida things going on for this weekend?
Nope.
So, I'll give you these prices. $6, Heat versus Spurs, preseason. That's what tickets are starting at, okay? FAU versus Middle Tennessee State, $6. FIU versus Charlotte, $6. Florida Panthers versus Carolina Hurricanes, $7. Hurricanes versus Virginia, $9. Dolphins and Redskins, $16. The Miami Zoo, $23. So the zoo tickets cost more than the NFL game.
Yikes.
That's not good.
No, not at all. That's a lot of turmoil in South. Luckily for them, they all live in South Florida, so no one gives a shit because they can just go to the beach in mid-December and it's 75 degrees.
So I want to talk about starting running backs from the 2017 NFL draft class. Can you name them?
I saw this earlier, so I can do a good chunk. McCaffrey, Fournette.
First two off the board, 4 and 8.
Chris Carson's in there.
Yep, he was 249.
Matt Breida's all the way down the list, undrafted.
Correct.
Oh, man, I'm drawing blanks right now. I just saw them up there, too.
Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook.
At 41.
Yep.
Cincinnati.
He went 41. Jeez. Mixon.
48. New Orleans.
Kamara.
67. Pittsburgh.
Connor.
105. Indianapolis.
Marlon Mack.
143. Green Bay.
Aaron Jones.
182. That's the rest of them. Rounded out.
Nice.
Yeah, so what a draft class.
Yeah.
And McCaffrey's just a stud. And his brother is, the backup at Michigan?
Dylan.
Yeah.
Backup quarterback.
So I found that very interesting. I wanted to cover that real quick because that is an interesting stat. And these are 2-year guys. And it's pretty interesting. So something else I wanted to bring up, and I want to see, this is a trivia question from me to you. Okay, so you know how these scum fans give us shit that, we have the best record overall. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want to start with now and work backwards, okay? So each year, so this year last year we were 1-0. Year before that would make us 2-0. Year before that would make us 3-0 as Ohio State. Go back, tell me the year in which Michigan would then take over as leading the series, if you're working backwards instead of from the beginning.
I mean, we have a better record than them since 1908, so I'm going to say 1898.
No, you had it on
1908
point. So 1908, 51, 50, and 5, we were ahead. 1907, tied. 1906, that's when they last led.
Yikes.
So you scum fans suck.
That's what they do. They talk about the past, but then when you bring up the past, national championships, well, that doesn't matter. It's the past. Then no one gives a shit about the record. Who cares?
Right. So before we get into On This Day, we're going to throw back to wrestling real quick. Got a big birthday today, no longer with us, but happy birthday, Eddie Guerrero.
Viva la raza.
Viva la raza.
Latino Heat.
Latino Heat. So in 1916, Babe Ruth begins his 29 2/3 scoreless World Series inning streak as a pitcher. Nice. People forget he was a pitcher. 1920, first World Series game in Cleveland. Indians win 2-1.
About time they win something.
1921, Babe Ruth's first World Series home run. Only Sunday game ever pitched by Carl Mays. Pretty interesting. All right, more events in sports. Let's get some more events in sports. All right, let's go down to the big ones. 1961, Yankee Whitey Ford breaks Ruth's record of 29 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings in the World Series on the same day that his began. Ryder Cup in the Royal Birkdale Golf Club. U.S. beats Great Britain 19.5 to 12.5. Byron Nelson, non-playing American captain. Harry Wheatman, GB skipper. Great Britain. Gilbert Perreault, Buffalo, becomes the 12th NHLer to score 500 goals, 1986. 1991, San Jose Sharks beat Calgary for their first NHL win, 4-3.
Nice.
97, North Carolina's record-winning college basketball coach retires. Who is it?
Dean Smith.
Yes, sir.
That also means that I am older than San Jose Sharks franchise.
Yep.
That makes me feel old.
97, New York Rangers are the first NHL team to open with 4 straight ties.
Interesting.
That is very interesting.
Solid squad.
Solid. So let's get some birthdays on this day. Joe Pepitone, born in 1940, 79 years old. Oh, that's fantastic. Mike Singletary turned 60.
Oh, Singletary.
Old Singletary. And the only reason I'm mentioning this one, so Mick Malone, Australian, for our Australian friends, cricketer, is that what it is?
Cricketer.
From Scarborough, Australia, turned
69.
You are correct.
Good for Mick. Hopefully 69's today.
Right. Let's see if we got any more. Dexter McLeon, remember him from the Rams?
Yep. Cornerback.
He was born in 1973, so he is 46 today.
I don't think he's playing anymore.
I don't think he is either. Former player. Darius Miles, remember him?
NBA. Played for the Cavs, I think, didn't he?
38.
Yeesh.
And that's all our birthdays on this day. What about some deaths on this day? Hopefully nothing bad. Nah.
No one dies on October 9th.
Nobody dies on October 9th. Jack Dempsey got married on this day in 1916.
Good for him.
And George Gervin.
The Iceman.
Married Joyce King in 1985.
Classy.
All right. So, thank you to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thank you to All Our Clothing, first and primary sponsor of Over the Line Sports Podcast. Thank you to Sean, Crandall's Quality Lawn Care, 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo and surrounding area, and not Santa Ana,
Columbia.
Thank you to Tim at Verizon, Cassandra at PNC. Stephanie was with Verizon, but Tim at Verizon, Cassandra at PNC, Steve at Savage & Associates, Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com. Get in touch with him for a consultation. And as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
And go... Oh, wait. No, Ohio State isn't playing this week. Damn it. All right. Go Trojans. Fuck Notre Dame.